rules and regulations that are compulsory. And if we don't follow those rules and regulations, things can become complex, things can become difficult, things like that. So I want to make sure everyone follow the ground rules. Ground rule number one, we have audience from all over the world. If you just want to see the experiment, put in which country you are right now. Okay, we have audience from all over the world. I hope so. Why don't you put in the chat box Bahrain, Jamaica, Canada, UAE, India, Pakistan, Kuwait, Netherlands, Sudan. So you can see from all over the world, Oman, and they spoke all the language, every single thing that makes diversity as a beauty as in this class. Saudi Arabia, Australia. So I want you to respect each and every single individual. Okay, I want to make sure that you understand that every single individual is important and we respect them. Okay, that's kind of the thing that I needed from all of you. Okay, this is important. Nepal, Saudi Arabia, India, Suhas. Okay, that is kind of the thing. I have increased the limitation of this group so that you can have it. A very important thing that I want you to understand is that in these sessions will be live, interactive. Recording will not be shared to you. Let me repeat this thing. Recording will not be shared to you. So I want you to be very active for 4 days or 4 hours, not 4 days, 4 hours, so that you can learn the PMP question answers. These 60 questions are very important. And let me tell you, many students have even said that these questions reflect real thing. Okay, so even I will put this right now on live on all the social media, but later on I will remove it from there. So the recording will not be shared. So be present in your session. Yeah, you can see a balloon is moving behind me. My daughter put it. She said that it's your birthday. It's not, but she said it. So you know, when the daughter says, you have to accept it, even it's there or it's not. Okay. So let's start the question answer session. The first thing I want to put straightforward, which the through which I always start my question answer session, is that the question answers will be based. These question answers will be based how on my 7 step formula, how to solve question answers. Okay, how you actually solve the question answers will be based on my 7 step formula book. I have shared this book to more than 10-20,000 people I need to count. But this is a free book. If you haven't received your booklet, you can ask me and I'll share that book with you. Okay, you can email me later on. I'll share that 7 step formula book to you. I always try to start my coaching calls using this 7 step formula so that you can understand okay how to solve the question answers. What are the ways in the question answers that need to be done? Okay, yeah. Rizwan, you were also saying last night you have a problem with the mic, so maybe you need to increase your voice. Guys, is my voice clear to everyone, or is it a problem there? Put in the chat box. Rizwan, you are also saying, okay, yeah, clear, clear, clear. So if it is distorting to some people, maybe their internet is somehow up or down, or my internet goes up and down. Yeah, loud and clear. Thank you for that. Yeah. Anyhow, I'll try to speak as loud as I can. But yeah, the most important thing while you are solving question answers, the most important thing is to slow down your brain. Slow down. When you slow down, your brain starts working. Your brain starts understanding the things. So, step number one, the big thing is to slow down. Okay, 99% of the people in this class, they are English is their second language. Okay, so slow down. This is very very important, and you will see as we move in the questions. When the question is more than three liner, read the last line first. Himanshu, I am also making you co-host. Already Mohit is co-host so that you can add people. Okay, So once you have read the question slowly, if the question is more than three liner, read the last line first. This is important. Okay. Mostly last line has a question in it. What should the project manager do next? What is the best thing to do? Things like that. Okay. Then the next thing comes that identify the keywords. Every question will have some keywords in it, and your goal is to identify those keywords. What the question is actually trying to say. Try to identify that. In which process group are we? Are we in initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and control, closing? Where are we? Try to identify that. Are we in a predictive life cycle, hybrid life cycle, agile life cycle? We need to know these life cycles because each life cycle has its own domain, and as we move forward we will look into that how we can identify which type of life cycles are there. Okay, we need to look into that as we move forward and understand the role or the context of the project manager, how the project manager is behaving, what is his role. And finally, if you don't do anything after telling you all the steps, I'm telling you this thing, if you don't do anything but you do only this thing, if you only do this thing, you can be at a very good stage, you can solve the question answers in the best possible way, and that is use elimination technique. Use elimination technique. Elimination technique means, and you will see, go to every single option, identify what is right, wrong in that question, and work into that. And this is kind of my pro trip that when you are solving the question answers, and after you are done with the question answer, you have solved the question answers and you are done with those question answers, identify the root cause, what went bad, what went good, things like that. Okay, so that is kind of a very interesting thing that we can look into that. Yeah. Okay, although I put it live on all the social medias, but if you are watching it on YouTube, LinkedIn, I do recommend come to Zoom. At Zoom I am sharing you this link, and you can join by this link. Okay, because we at Zoom the sessions will be more interactive. Okay, let's talk about question number one for you. Question number one is in front of you. Please solve this. Put your answers in the chat box. Okay, I am looking C to bring ideas together. C C C C C C C C. A and D are eliminated. Okay, C. Onkar is saying B. Onkar, what is your justifications? A, there is no such iteration. Iteration has retrospective. C can be. Okay, C C C. Sheikh Shafiq A. Why A? So C is the right answer. So as I said, slow down, slow down. That is kind of the key in the program. What is the best way for you to accomplish this objective? what is the best way for you to accomplish this objective. Using an agile framework, you are to lead a product development project. You want to bring together stakeholders and subject matter expert to discuss risk, success criteria, and other topics. What is the best way for you to accomplish? So you want them together. Maybe you want to discuss what is the best way to do those things, how we can correlate into that, what is the way to do that. There can be so many things. Na? So we want to look into that. What is the best way to do that? Okay. So I read the last line first. I read the question. Now let's go to the option. Facilitate an iteration retrospective. So sprint retrospective or iteration retrospective is for a lesson learned. It's a lesson learned meeting. It is used to identify its improvement. But I don't see that. Shabazz, don't type on the board, please. Shabazz, don't write on the board next time. Okay. Yeah. So we we have nothing to do regarding the lesson learned here. So A will be eliminated. Now this is called elimination technique. You eliminate each and every single option. Okay. Conduct interviews with the individual, with the identified individual. Guys, when do we conduct interviews? Shafiq sir, I guess you said A. That it's not a lesson learned meeting. We want to discuss together. It has nothing to do. When do we conduct interviews? The interviews have a specific reason. Why do we want to do the interview? What is that reason? Put in the chat box. Why do we conduct interviews? Series the right. Large group, data gathering, identify. Yes, Junaid Wahid. Confidential information. All the techniques have their pros and cons. But we sit together, the one to one person, to collect the confidential information from that person. So, in the question, do we have anything that there is a information that we want to collect that is a person is not sharing something like that? Do we have that? No, we don't have that. So maybe I can eliminate that thing. Schedule a focus group. Now, focus group is something that we get together to get the information. It can be right. Elimination technique says go to every single option, then answer. C can be right. Let's go to D. Invite the participant to daily scrum. Daily stand up or scrum is a status sharing. C is your answer. What I did, read the question slowly, read the last line, identify the keywords, use the elimination technique. Okay, let's go to the next question. Guys, there are 120 people here, and only 15 to 20 people are putting answers. You are joining this coaching call, and I am reading your answers. I read every single answer. I'm kind of obsessive about my students, and I want you to put your justification in the chat box. Without that, we cannot move forward. We cannot understand the question answers. A, B, Ghazi saying A, B, B for him. Mohit saying A. Mohit, don't put direct message. Put it in normal message because there are so many people here. A, B. So we are mostly Amul. Good to have you. B, Hames, B, Shabazz, A, B, C. Yasir is saying C. B, A, B, A. Project charter answer is A. Sorry, B. Guys, try to put your justification. Why do you think our answer is A or B? Okay. What is your best course of action? As a part of preparing the communication management plan for project in construction, you want to determine the need. Now what are you doing? You are preparing communication management plan. Okay, you want to determine the need of the stakeholders. You are preparing communication plan. Okay, that is one thing, but the question says you want to determine needs of the stakeholders. That is a key thing. With respect to the information, your focus is on the type and the format of the information required to pass on them. Okay, it's a very interesting question. Whoever made it, it's a very interesting question. Like the question is trying to mix between stakeholder plan and communication plan. Okay, I'll come to that. So in this way, develop the stakeholder register. It has nothing to do with that. Review the requirement documentation. Straightforward, two options are eliminated. Okay. Now we are left with two important keywords, and I actually love this question. I'm fascinated by someone who made this question. Either Pooja or I don't think so. Anushka made it. You see, guys, communication management plan is used whenever anything from 4R is said. Right information at right time to right people, the right impact. You want the right information at right time to right people to have right impact. Stakeholder plan is more of the strategies that you required to engage them. Okay, let's see how the question twisted the entire game. How the question twisted the entire game. Your focus is, you see, here I thought the answer would be communication plan. Here I thought the answer is stakeholder plan. But the real question starts here. The real question starts here. Your focus is at type and format of information required. 4 hour of communication. What is the 4 hour of communication? Put in the chat box. What is the 4 hour of communication? Put in the chat box. Right information, right time, right people, right impact. So where does that come? Does that come in communication plan or does that come in stakeholder plan? Does that come in communication plan or stakeholder plan? So that is your answer, ladies and gentlemen. This is the beauty of PMP exam. That's how the questions are mingled and twisted. So you need to slow down to understand what the questions are saying. It's a beautiful question. Okay. Let's do the next one. We have 9, 10 people watching at YouTube. Why don't you come at Zoom, yaar? Let's be more interactive. Okay, let's see what your answers are. A, D, D, B, D, A, A, D, D, A, D, 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 A, D. So A and D is kind of a prominent answer. Okay, A and D, A and D. Guys, you will see the same thing in now 90% of the somebody also said B. You will see this in most of the PMP question answers. Whenever I ask students what problem you are having, what is your root cause analysis, and they say that I am getting confused in two options. That's not a root cause analysis. That is what the PMP exam is all about. Two options are ridiculous. You can eliminate one, two of them. The, the game is about the remaining two options. Okay, so let's look into that. Which of the following would be the most beneficial for this project? We are talking about for this project what is most beneficial. To reduce the defect rate, okay, for manufacturing process, a project is carried out. So the purpose of the project is to like the problems are occurring, the defects are coming. I want to minimize the defect, right? That makes sense to everybody. Okay. The project team is carrying out quality assurance, and the purpose of quality assurance is kind of a analyze the process and to improve the process. Okay, we can look into that root cause analysis, control chart, check sheet, audit, all those things. Which of the following would be most beneficial for this project? Okay, utilizing rolling wave planning for the project. Rolling wave is okay. Rolling wave is okay. I don't disagree with that. But you are trying to identify how to improve the process. What rolling wave has to do with there? The process is like the process is running. You are making pizzas. You want to look into that how we can improve it. Rolling wave is you plan at high level, then you move forward and look into that. So it can be, but we'll come to that later on. Not immediately eliminate it. Introducing the use of a Kanban board in manufacturing process. Okay, how basically Kanban board will help? How Kanban board will help? Put in the chat box. How the Kanban board will help you identify the bottlenecks. Identify the bottlenecks. What are we trying to do here in this question? What is the problem in this question? I didn't see any B in the options. Why? Oh, thank you, Amar. Why? Like everyone is going concerned certified with Six Sigma black belt. Do you even know what the purpose of Six Sigma black belt is? That we are trying to hire a person, like look into that. Why? Okay, this is not a bad option. This is actually a right option. Okay, this means expert judgment. It's not a bad option. It's not a bad option. But how did you eliminate option B? Yes, we need to coach. Umair, we do need to coach. I don't disagree with you. But the project team is carrying out quality activities, and the question is not saying they lack the skills, they lack the knowledge. The question does not say that. So how can we say that they need coaching, Umair? Right? How can we say that? That's why I want you to put the justification. We need to improve the process. Okay. Adopting a just-in-time manufacturing. So this is also a right answer. Okay, this is also a right answer. Like just-in-time is our Toyota production system approach, which says that when you need a product, then you get it. It is actually used to minimize the inventory. Do we have an inventory problem here? No. The problem is to analyze and improve the process. Okay. So this can be a good answer. This is eliminated. This is eliminated. D is a very good answer. Okay. Yeah. Inventory. I said the same, Shan. B is the right answer. Who said that Kanban is used only in Agile? Kanban is used in predictive also, in Agile also, hybrid also. Kanban is a board, Kanban is a methodology. You can customize it in any way. And actually, Kanban is used in Toyota production system. I have worked in a lean system as a lean consultant at the start of my career. Kanban, because Kanban helps to find the bottleneck. Umar, what is the purpose of Kanban? Put in the chat box. What is the purpose of the Kanban? Rupak, uh, I'm telling you now, okay? The previous question, please, guys, don't ask me about the previous questions. Okay, please be focused there. Okay, it's been 3 minutes that we have solved that question. Bottleneck, not the inventory issue. No, no. The purpose of the Kanban is to identify the bottleneck. Okay, so B is the right answer. For previous question, uh, for previous question, I would go with the A option. Okay. Next question. What should you do next? You are the head of the software development project where the developers involved are working with a rental office space. Okay, the developers are working with a rental office space. It is taking longer than anticipated to write the code. You have requested a landlord to rent the office for another week. The landlord informs you that the office is booked for that period. With the problem in the document, what should you do next? Make updates in the risk register. Okay. Why? Is it a risk? Is it a risk? D D D D D D D D D C Neha D. Junaid, why? Eh, it's not a risk here. Why are you putting it? Did you even identify it? That thing has happened and you did not plan for it. How you can put even A into that? So do you, Anil, Vaishali? It's an issue now. A has nothing to do with that. Request more funds. Yes, that can be. That can be. We'll look into it. Before going to option number D, can we make revision to the resource management plan without change request? That's a good question. Just a food for thought. And is it a issue or risk? Is it a issue or risk? So why don't you put in the issue log? Why don't you put it in the issue log? What is the step number one when a problem occurs? Yeah, it is already captured in the documents, but there is no other options there. The question specifically put the option C there, okay, as a project document. Then it again gives you the option that we need to issue is for the record and then work into that. Making revision in the resource management plan does not make any sense whatsoever. I agreed. We have captured the problem in the project document. But then the author gives you the question again to put in the issue log. Okay. So I am not saying C is the right answer. I'm just brainstorming with you guys. I will keep doing that. Justify one option, then change it to entire. It is identified early, but it has happened yet with the risk response. Okay. You are saying it is identified early. You are head of the software development. Maybe I have misread it. Okay, the developers involved. It is taking longer to write the. No, no, no. You have asked him. You didn't identify it earlier. The earlier would have been that you have taken this, identify that this may happen. Now you know that it is taking long and you know need more time. How it is earlier, Junaid? How it earlier? It does not make sense to me. How you are saying that it is earlier, it does not make sense to me. Okay, so that is a very good keyword that you guys identify. You identify, uh, you capture the problem in the project documents, and issue log is a project document. So that eliminates options. Faisal, you are assuming it would have added as a risk. You don't have any knowledge here where the question says that it was added there. You are assuming that. We need to solve the question with the information we have. We can assume anything in the question. It could have been, he should have a money for that, he should not have. Those things are not put in the question. We need to look what we have in the question. That is important to understand. And yes, you need to raise a change request to update the resource management plan. But since you don't have that, you will go to next step. How to differentiate? Watch my risk video, or I'll share the video about risk and issue with you later on. You can have a look into that. Okay, the right answer is D. No, Harun, C is not the right answer. D is the right answer. If the option was, then what would have been the right answer? Raise the change request. Raise a change request would have been the best answer. The author has eliminated that option to make you confused. But it put a beautiful keyword project documents, and this is a project document. So that's a repetition just to confuse you. D is the right answer. Next question. Hmm. Where should you look in order to find the information? You are the part of a project team that's designing a new type of vehicle. So when the question says new, so it's R&D, kind of a agile or a hybrid approach. You are on the brink of the getting started with working on a set of tasks for the braking system of vehicle. You would like to assess the acceptance criteria before beginning the work. Where would you look into that? We're talking about the acceptance criteria, how that will be accepted. Okay, so now that's a very good question here. The checklist written by the client and the so Umair Iqbal requirement documentation. Why does that will have that thing? C, consult specs first. Okay. D, C, A, assess the acceptance criteria. B, C, product management plan. D, activity attributes. C, A, B, B, A, A, Harun are putting A. Guys, I explained that requirement documentation only have in it the classification of type of requirement. If the option was requirement traceability matrix, we could have discussed that thing. That will not be put under that. Work breakdown structure dictionary, yes. It's a good option. You are on a brink of getting started working on a work package for baking system. What is work breakdown structure dictionary? Isn't it a dictionary of work breakdown structure? Yes or no? Doesn't it explain what does this work package have? What is the purpose of that? Right? So this is a very good option. Project management plan has everything. Yes, it will have that answer. Your answer is anyway right, but it's not specific. It's not eliminated. Activity attributes, no. We are talking about at a work package level, not activity attributes level. No. So now B is right, C is right. Both have. Yes, it should have. Who says that it does not have acceptance criteria? How you are saying that? What is the justification for that? For saying that? Let me, yeah. How can you say that WBS does not have acceptance criteria? We need to look into that. How do you know that it has or it does not have? Okay. So let me just share with you one slide if I can. Just 1 second. As it will be an interesting slide to look into that. So PMI official slides. Work breakdown structure dictionary. Acceptance criteria. So beautiful, right? So now everyone agrees on that answers. Yes, scope baseline also have that thing. So this is the right answer. Okay. So this is the right answer. Okay, let's go into that. Yeah. So let's go to the next question. The right answer is B, WBS dictionary. Next question. What should be the next step of the project manager? Our project to construct an assembly line is nearly complete. The project manager has closed procurement, submitted the final report, updated the lesson learned register, and acquired feedback from the relevant stakeholders. Okay, look at what the question, where the question is. We have closed the procurement, we have submitted the final report, we have updated the lesson learned register, and we have received feedback. What should be the next step of the project manager? So what do you say? B, A, B, B, D, D, A, B, B, complete assembly, A, C, B, A, C. No justification whatsoever, guys. Put the justification. Why do you think a particular answer is right or wrong? Send a summary of how the final product fulfill the business need. That is in the final report. Transfer the completed assembly line to operation. Can be, can be. Formal writing to vendor. This is saying that procurements have been closed. So this is that procurements closed now. Make the final payment. How did you control the close the procurement without final payment? Guys, why did you miss this keyword? Both these options are eliminated by that option, and final report eliminate this option. This has to be easiest question. If you just slow down. Now, for everyone who got this question wrong, you are moving too fast. Slow down, bhai. Slow down. Kindly slow down. Okay. Next question. Manchu, go ahead.
Yeah, I think you went on the answer very fast. I could not get the right response reason.
You see, close procurement. The question says that the project manager closed the procurement, which means final payment have already been done. Okay, Manchu, this is the part of the procurement that you notify your work is completed. This is before the payment, not after that. Okay, summary of the final product. This is you have written the final project report, so you are left with the only option. Okay. Yeah. मैं ऊपर आता हूँ. Yeah, sorry. My daughter actually came. She wanted her balloon back. Yeah. Okay. So, what are your answers here? The project is completed in all aspects. It goes to question. Yeah, yeah. B, C, C, C. Monte Carlo, as we have only two options. A. Run Monte Carlo. A. Cost. A. least likely. Okay, which action is least likely to be taken by the project team to select the best risk response? The question is asking least likely, okay, not the most likely, which mean which is not the right answer, right? This is exactly what the question is saying. Which of them is not the right answer? Our project team is weighing two risk response to include in the risk register. The first response must meet two criteria and cost $5,000. The second risk response must meet four criteria but only cost $2,000. Which action is least likely to do? Okay, so performing an alternate analysis is the best answer. It is the best answer. Since we have two options now, do this or do that. So that is the best option. We cannot do that. The question says least. Conduct a cost benefit analysis. Of course, we will conduct the cost benefit analysis. Eliminated. Now we are left with B and C. Use multi-criteria decision analysis. We will always use multi-criteria decision. For Monte Carlo analysis, we need a lot of data. Not two or three things cannot work into that. Because when the simulation is run, we need a lot of data, hundreds of the points, not one or 2 points. Okay, so C will be your right answers here. It's a very interesting question. Look into that, how we can do it. Yeah, yes, Minhaj, least likely. So that's why C will be the right answer. A, B, 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 B. Who put A? Shahid Imran, A, Hafiz Ikram, A, B. Oh, this is a good question. We have all the options A, B, C, D. Which of the following result will be obtained from this process? Your project team members are writing codes in pair. They are doing pair programming, sitting together and assessing each other's work to review and determine if the code follows the requirement documentation or not. Which of the following will be resulted there? Acceptance criteria is a written criteria that has nothing to do with that. Work performance data is the raw information. Okay, low level information like what just has happened. Now we are come into two options B and C. Understanding their difference is crucial. Verified deliverables are deliverables that are accepted by the team or your QC team or your internal team. They say the deliverable is good. Accepted deliverables are done by client. So in this question, the team is accepting or client is accepting. Put your answer in the chat box and you have your answer. Team is accepting. So what is the right answer, ladies and gentlemen? B is the right answer. Okay, understanding the language terminology is important. We still have 10 people watching at YouTube and almost same audience at different platform. Guys, come to the Zoom session here. If you don't have link, put in the chat box a link, and I will share the link with you in the chat box now, because I want you to come to the YouTube here. Okay, which agile ceremony can be incorporated in the project? Timely cross-functional community. The construction project has many people and specialized team. Frequent and seamless is vital. Which agile ceremony can be? Guys, I actually did this in one of the construction project. When I learned agile, I'm a hardcore mechanical engineer. So I learned about agile in 2021 when the PMP got updated. So immediately when I learned it, I implemented this thing at my business at that thing. Daily stand up is something that you can immediately put into the chat, put into there. And Mahmood Ali, why you are sharing the link in the chat box? I guess you are supposed to share it somewhere else. So B is the right answer. There is no other option. And I am happy that I see almost same risk-based is not in vision. That is, but we will discuss it later on. B is the right answer. Somebody is unmute. Please mute yourself kindly. Hasnan, mute these people, please. C A C A C A B C A B. Okay. The organizational leadership want to include more agile methodology in their projects. Before starting to take any agile approaches in a project, what is the first thing to be done? So before getting agile into the business, what we should do? Evaluate the organizational culture. Guys, Peter Drucker, put it, you can put it as your brain tattoo. Peter, Peter Drucker is considered as the guru of the modern management. He used to say that culture eats strategy. Culture eats strategy. daily on the breakfast. I repeat, culture eat strategy daily on the breakfast. So culture is the father of everything. It can be. Conduct a survey for those in the team established for the pilot project. Yeah, we can work into that. We want to look into that. That can be a good option. That is not an option. So we are left with A and C. Okay, yeah, we want it could be a good option to go with the C, but first we want to look at the organizational culture and then we can do C. The question is asking first thing. Okay, the first thing is we look at the culture, we identify how where the culture stand, work into the culture. Then but training cannot. Yes, Sayed, I like your answer. Training cannot be the first thing. No, they want to add more agile before starting to take any agile approach. Professor Raza, how you can say that they're already doing? The question categorically says before starting to take any agile approach, what is the first thing we want to do into that? Okay, so we need to look into that, their readiness, how they want to work into that. Yeah, yeah. Vinay, they like your justification. A is the right answer. Next question. C, C, B, C, note of it. Rakesh is saying CC. So Rakesh, you are so confident on C that you said it so two times A, C. Okay. We need to establish priorities. Which of the following task is most likely to not affect this prioritization? Hmm. Which is researching the stakeholder register. This can affect. This can affect. Who has more priority, what are his requirement, his power interest, that is always a risk. For stakeholder has high power, this is always a risk. So not likely it is eliminated. Making a review of assumption log. Of course, that is all the risk. Generating the risk report, that comes later. That comes later. So that can be the answer. Risk register, all the risk in the risk register, we have to look into that. This is the later thing. Once the priority is done, then we generate the risk. So I would eliminate this option from here. Okay, so this will be your right answer. C. B, 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 B. So many B. I think I should not solve this question. Everyone has a somebody at least have A. Oh no, that was the previous question. Why implement risk response is crucial for the success? Too many. No, B. Okay, let's. So many people say B. Oh no, now people are saying A also. Okay. Too many projects are found not to implementing. No, adding this process streamline risk. It actually helps you to do the activities with all the processes. No, no. So B is the right answer actually. Guys, A has nothing to do with that. Na? A was just I was just saying why not A, and people started putting A. Don't do that, yeah. Think, and we are solving the question. That's important. Did you see what had just happened? The first 10 questions were 3 to 4 liners. Now the questions are coming one liner. And now the questions are coming in an easy way. So this can be in the exam also. Difficult, easy, difficult. Who made this question? C is the which of the tool or technique is not a part of, guys, this is not an important question. The exam is not going to ask the tool or technique question to you. Either way, this is the right answer, but this is not an important question. Okay. Yeah, this is a good one. Which of the following is not a project document? Okay. This is a plan, milestone list. So for that, let's get to the 33 documents. After the class, remind me, I will send you a file which I made 18 plans and 33 documents. And in addition to that, I made this video on YouTube, if I remember. Yeah, I will also share. This is a good video. So I actually made a series of that. First of all, this is kind of a 17-minute video, give a quick review. Then I made a series of this, and I will also put the entire video on that. In each of these video, I explained all the documents, and this one has all the documents and plan in it. I'm sharing a link here in the chat box. You can save this link for later on. Okay. 13 is not important, iPhone. I said that that question should be not even there. By the way, C was the right answer. I don't know why I'm unable to put direct messages. I'm only able to put direct messages there. Hafiz Ikram, I'm sending you message. Okay, now it is okay. Yeah. This is the link. Please save it. This is a video of all the plans and document. I do recommend you watch that. This is a not a document. Okay. Now again, a long question for you. Wow, I'm so happy. The question was so long, but everyone has put the answer D. I'm so proud of you guys. This means now you are getting in a flow of solving question answers. I'm really proud of you. Okay. Like the question is so long, in my heart, I don't want to read it. I know that how you must be feeling, but you are in a flow that you can read, solve it. What should be the immediate course of action? Joe is managing a project. The project is about three-fourths done, but the site engineer report that due to inherent complexities, the deliverables would get delayed. This would involve additional analysis and implementation. A request that this new work that was not envisioned earlier be added to the scope and also the required to add it to the schedule. He is asking to update scope and schedule baseline. You and the site engineers have analyzed the impact and have written up a change request and requested approval. You have received approval from the change. What should be the immediate course of action? Start work immediately. Okay. As certain the impact changes before making that we already did. No. Scope search are updated to reflect the approval before. Guys, everyone put D as the answer. The question says that you and the site engineers have analyzed impact of this to the cost. Scope and schedule impact was already there. You have written a change request. You written a change request and requested approval from the board. You have received approval from the board. Why you want to do option D? I'm not saying D is right or wrong. Why you want to do option D? When the changes are approved, this mean baseline. They have been rebaseline. That is updated already. Who said baseline? Once it is approved, it is baseline. This is approval. No? Why did you get the approval for that? What was the purpose of that approval? Let me show you something again. So the change was requested, change authorized. What do we need to do? Option does not have communicate the change request. What do we need to do? What is the right answer? When the change is approved, why again you are working with that? I did not say A is the right answer. You said. I just showed you what the flow chart said. Kalyan, you are still stuck to D. I love your consistency. But A is the right answer. Now we need to work into that. The scope and baselines are reflected on. Na? it is said that it is reflected on. It is approved. Once it is approved, you need to work into that. It is just confusing you. I would go for A option. I would, if I was solving the question, the answer would be A. Another long question. Please understand in exam you can get long question. So don't get feared from them. You can get longer than this one. Some of them. Your company has bagged number of contract dealing with setting up infrastructure. This includes setting up roads and bridges. This is a big and prestigious project, so your company would like to ensure everything is planned in advance. You are the project manager. Considering its importance, you and your team may come up with a list of risks. One of the indicates that during the month of July, the construction work of the bridge across the river would need to stop on account of past history of flooding of the river. Okay, you agree with the expert and plan the schedule. First of all, it is a positive or a negative risk. It's a negative risk. So exploit is the for the most positive that is eliminated. We cannot transfer that. Okay, we cannot transfer that. Acha, guys, understand acceptance once for all. Acceptance is we are not doing anything. We look at, we say, okay, that risk can occur. If the trigger of that risk occur, if that trigger of that risk occur, here is my plan. I will work on to the plan. Right? Here is my plan. If that risk occur, I will do that. Whereas avoid or mitigation is that you identify the risk and you do something even before the trigger occur. Even before the trigger occur, we do something. Okay. So here he indicate that across the river would need to stop because of past history. Are we waiting for the trigger here? Yes or no? Put in the chat box. Are we waiting for the trigger? No. So is it acceptance? So what is the right answer? I don't know. Whatever you say. Yeah. Kalyan, unmute yourself. I want to talk to you. I don't know what are you doing even after Kalyan, unmute yourself.
Hi, sir. Hi, sir.
Why you are saying A even after the justification?
Sir, actually, we are having the
What did I
past
explain?
history
Wait a second.
where
What did what did I just
the
explain?
flood is going to happen.
No, no, no.
So we
Kalyan,
know
listen
that
to me.
this
Kalyan,
month
listen to me. Listen
it's
to me.
every year this July and August the flood is going to happen. So which is expected, right? So we cannot avoid it. So we need to
Kalyan,
accept that.
can you hear me? Kalyan,
Yes, yes, yeah.
what did I just give the explanation? No, non mute yourself. I want to talk to you. What did I just give the explanation of what is accepting? Can you explain me? What did I give the explanation? What is accepting of the risk? Tell me. I just explained what does accepting mean. Explain me, Kalyan.
Yes, sir. Mm, the, the sorry, I couldn't hear you, sir, at that
I
time.
am saying, what does acceptance mean? I just explained the acceptance when the people start putting answer C. So what did I explain? What is acceptance?
If the risk is not happening,
No, no, not at all. Understand this thing and then tell me what the answer is. Acceptance is we identify the risk and we said, okay, if that trigger of that risk occurs, if that trigger of that risk occur, here is my contingency plan, I will do that. Here is my contingency plan, I will do that. That is acceptance. Am I clear?
yes, sir. Yeah.
That is acceptance. Okay. Avoid or mitigate is that before even that trigger occurs, we do something. Clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yeah. Junaid, you are right. Okay. So now in this question, is it acceptance or mitigation? And explain me what do you think?
So the because what I read from the I mean from the lesson which I had in the system. So
Leave lesson
based
what
on that,
I just
I
explained you now. I just explained you now. Tell me now.
sir,
Yeah.
sir
Kalyan,
my
why are you
my
getting why you are getting confused here? Understand the question. Please calm down and understand the question. Don't worry. We are here to understand how to solve the question. B and D eliminated, right, Kalyan?
yes, sir. Yes, I know
Okay.
that.
So we have two options: accept and mitigate. Acceptance is we wait for the trigger to occur, then we do something, then we implement the plan. Did the trigger occur here? Aslan, lower your hand. I'm
No,
talking to him now. The
no,
trigger.
no, sir.
So is it acceptance?
No, trigger is not happened yet. Yeah.
We are even before the trigger occurring, we do something, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, mitigate. Yeah.
So we are doing mitigation. Okay, makes sense now.
Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, Sayyid Arslan Ali, tell me now. Mitigation is the right answer, guys. Sayyid Arslan, you raise your hand. Tell me.
Sir, am I audible?
You are audible. Tell me.
Yes. My only concern for this question is that we are agreeing with the expert judgment. Means we are
So
accepting the judgment with that we don't have to work on the said month. That's why I have answered the acceptance.
no, that has nothing to do with that. I just explained that. Is that not clear to you? Difference between acceptance and mitigation.
No, sir. Now it's clear. I was just
Okay.
telling about my version of the question.
Okay, that is okay. You can put your justification in the chat box. Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. If you are not clear, then we can have a discussion. G, please. Achaji, what is the milestone list? It's a list of significance deliverable. Pareto chart, 2080 principle. Histogram, frequency distribution. Resource calendar, it talks about when the schedule will be available, when that those people will not be available. So which what will be your answer? C, D, D, C, D. Okay. What you should you refer to first to find these welders are available or not? This is directly talking about the welders are available or not. Even without reading the question, this is the answer. Let's go to the question. You're in charge of a building. All the initial groundwork and structure work have been completed. You know that next 2 months will be particularly critical, involving some critical activities. You know your company employs welder who specialize in this work. However, you are apprehensive regarding their availability for next 2 months. What should you refer to find if these welders are available for next 2 months or not? We will look at the resource calendar, guys. This question can come in the exam. Be very careful when solving this. This is the only formula question, this and SPI, CPI that can come in your exam. Okay, let's look into that. 3 point estimation, beta distribution. This is optimistic for most likely plus pessimistic divided by 6. This is eliminated. Rather than using triangular distribution, choose beta. On your analysis, total cost of this, the best case scenario would be this. This is your optimistic duration, this is pessimistic duration, and this is most likely. Okay, so straightforward, take out your calculators. Optimistic is 90,000 plus pessimistic is 138,000 plus most 4 into most likely 108,000 divided by 6. So whatever your answer comes, that is the right answer. I'll do my answer. 20,000 plus 138,000 plus 4 into 108. So whatever your answer is, that is the right answer. Why people are having different answer? I shared the formula here. It should be one answer. Minhaj, calculate again here. How you are calculating it here? 90,000 plus 138,000 plus 4 into 108,000 divided by 6. I guess it should come to B, and B is the right answer. Simple question as compared to other strategies to engage stakeholder throughout the project. What is the process you are working? You are developing, making plans. I put this question specifically here because so that you can understand. In identify stakeholder, you identify them. And in plan, you develop. In engage, you do that. In control, you verify it. A is the right answer. We will take a 10-minute break after this question. Plan quality, manage quality, control quality. In plan, we make quality management plan by considering cost of quality and benchmarking and design experiment. In manage quality, we do audits. In control quality, we do inspection. So what would be your answer now? D is the right answer. D is the right answer here. Okay, guys, let's have our 10-minute break just to shoot out to you. If you haven't joined our program, this is the part of our program that we are doing this coaching call. In addition to that, we do 3 coaching call and we keep on pushing our students till they become certified PMP. The next batch program registration is open. If you want to join, you can message me or email me and we can work into that. Yes, Ashok, tell me. Ashok, you have a question? It's okay, Hafiz. Still, the game is on. Still, you have 40 questions. Maybe you get all the 40 questions right and you can work into it. It's okay. Let's keep playing. The most important thing is keep moving forward. Let's have a 10-minute break and we'll get back to you after 10 minutes.
Recording stopped.
Okay, guys, we are back. So, answer of question 6. Neha, you are thinking about question number 6. Okay, let's solve question number 21. Acha ji, the project quality management knowledge area must address which of the following? Quality management plan, improve the project management and quality of the product, ensure customer satisfaction. All the above, right? No, no. Nirmal, you see, all these things must be there. So I would go with the D option. D looks like a better answer. All things are covered into D option. A research and development project department is planning to develop a product that will introduce the new line of business for the organization. What should the project manager do to increase the project chances of success? Okay, so let's see what the audience says. C, D, okay, bring the team on one page. A, D, D, C, okay. Conduct a benchmark to determine the business visibility. Okay, the goal is increase the project success. Conduct benchmarking to determine the visibility of the initiative. Okay, start developing the plan based on the previous template from the project manager. Okay. Conduct an impact analysis to determine how the project should be rolled out. Plan a working session focusing on scope, vision, and mission of the initiative. So this is a very interesting question. We need to look into that. What can help us into the best possible way? Although, if we eliminate this on the previous template to do that, yeah, the question says the new line of business. Okay, so this we don't have the previous thing. The template can be there, but that will not help us. I would do that. Conduct an impact analysis to determine how the project should be rolled out. How should we do that? What are the options there that can look into that? Plan a working session focusing on scope, vision. No, I would go with the C option. That makes more sense in the context of this question. Okay. Okay, C, D, C, A. That's a good thing. A, B, C, D, all options are here, open here. It's a good question. A project manager is managing an innovative project for a big corporation. The project manager is planning to use email as the main communication channel. Okay. The product owner prefer to use another approved communication tool instead of email. What should the project manager do? Okay. So just the team to start using the tools suggested by product owner, not a bad option. To use the email, I don't think so. Update the plan based on the product preferences and distribute to the team. Conduct the sponsor to request directing regarding the communication tool to be used. I would not go there. Okay. Update the communication plan based on the product owner preferences and distribute to the team. Understand this thing. Why do we communicate? Why do we communicate? So that other people can also understand,
Recording in progress.
other people can hear what we are saying. That's why we communicate, right? I love to share that old parable that says that if a tree fell, if a tree fell in the jungle and there is no one to hear, did the tree really made the sound? Did the tree really made the sound? What do you think? I don't know. It's a parable. Yes or no? Minhaj, you are saying sponsor. I have said it multiple times. Unless we have used every single option at our hand, we will not go to the sponsor. We don't want to go to the sponsor. So sponsor is out of the question. Okay. The purpose of communication plan is to look at the communication preferences of each team member. So what we should do, we will update the communication plan based on the product owner preferences and we will work into that. But the best answer could be, if that was in the option, have a meeting with the product owner and discuss the pros and cons of using one over other. Okay, one over other and using into that. But here we need to follow the PMP method, and that is we need to look into the communication plan, update the preferences and do into that. You see, this cannot be used, this cannot be used to use the email because in that increase the workload. How do you know that? We don't know that what is other tool. So we are only left with that option. Guys, I will keep on saying you till you become certified PMP. Elimination technique, elimination technique, elimination technique. Put in the chat box, everyone, elimination technique. If you use elimination technique, there is no chance you would get this wrong answer wrong. Elimination technique. We go to the each question. Okay, A has nothing to do, D is eliminated, B is eliminated, C is the only answer. We go there. Sherlock Holmes in the books and in the movies, he keep on saying that eliminate the impossibility, eliminate the impossibility, whatever remain, however improbable it may be, is the right answer. Let's go to the next question. During the retrospective ceremony, the agile team is talking about the product owner expectations not being met. What should the project manager have done at the beginning of the project? Now the product owner is saying that his expectations are not met. So what we should have done, guys, whenever there's a problem, the expectations are not done. Either you have not communicated goals to him, you have not listened to his opinion, you did not assess what is required. Okay, so let's see what you are saying. A or D, A, C, D. Somebody also said B or not. Yeah, I also get B. So I'm getting all the options here. Assess the capability of agile team, and the training has nothing to do that. The problem is with the product owner. What has to do with the A option here? How the person who put A answer justify me here? Are you just picking the answer? What A has to do here? During the retrospective meeting, the agile team is talking about the product owner expectations not being met. The product owner is not happy. So, what is the purpose of training here? Let's go to the option B. Define the agile team contribution. They don't work with the backlog. When you put B as an option, this means you have no idea that the team has nothing to do with the backlog. Then, define the team ground rules and shared project vision. Okay, but the ground rules has nothing to do with that. Okay, communicated sprint goals. What is the purpose? Why do we do it? No, no. Asnan, understand this thing. Scrum Master, servant leadership, agile project manager, agile leader, team leader, facilitator, all these words are used for project manager in agile. Understand this thing. Don't get mangled up with the wording. Understand this thing. Acha. What is the purpose of a sprint? Please put in the chat box. Meet sprint goal. So we should have communicated properly. Whenever somebody is upset, put that somewhere in the chat in your notes. Whenever somebody is upset, look at that. Is it something communication that was not handled properly? Because we, if you can handle the communication, everything else is controlled. Okay, make sense to everybody? If you don't know why I'm putting hand like this, put in the chat box what are you doing, Amit? Otherwise, put the hand like this. Best of five. If you agree, for him, not a high five, my friend. It is fist of five. If you agree, the fist five. Disagree, fist. Agree, disagree. Okay? Yeah. So D will be the right answer. A key stakeholder for a construction project has been spending a lot of time at the site and interrupting the team effort. What should the project manager do? Guys, one of the role of the project manager is that he need to remove these impediments, the things that are disturbing to them. Okay, work to understand the key stakeholder concern and provide feedback in regular status report. Not a bad thing. Okay, not an excellent thing, but not a bad thing. Escalate, no. Meeting to address the key stake with the team of reinforce the this is not the thing. Again, communication. Okay, we need to get communication online. So C and A is left. Arrange an ad hoc meeting to address the stakeholder concern with the team members. Why? He is disrupting them. You need to talk to them. You need to understand him. This is the right answer. Why are you disturbing him? You want to talk? Talk to me. Let's work into that. Then go there. Don't disturb the team. Otherwise, the work will get delayed. Let's not do that. Okay? How should the project manager prepare for the next step of the project? A project manager is assigned to a project within a program. The high level requirements are known, but the priorities of some are uncertain, as they are independent on some other pipeline project within the program. How should the project manager? They should be dependent, not independent. They are dependent. This should be they are dependent on some of the project. Okay. Ask the PMO to estimate the task for all and share the plan. Rate the project no. Prioritize for high level requirement based on this is called progressive elaboration or rolling wave level. Guys, if you use elimination technique in this question, I don't think so you can get any other answer apart from C. If you can get like Kalyan, Azim, Abis, Indra, you put it Ankit, everyone else who put different answer apart from C. I'll give you time. Justify your answer. Himanshu, yours and my mark are almost same. No, no, that is not the purpose here. Guys, the answer is here. You need to prioritize and estimate it. The product owner estimate Indra when the question is talking about product backlog. Do we have product backlog anywhere? No. We need to set high level planning and then we move into that. Please, guys, I request you use elimination technique. Yes, Rupak.
Uh, just one quick thing on the previous question. If we go with what if, not is dependent, then PMO is the right answer.
Still not. Still, you need to do progressive. Even in the independent or dependent, still the answer goes to that. We need to plan at high level, then we move into detail. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, guys, let me share you one trick. This is a trick of the trade. You read the last line, you go to directly options. Use that when you have a very less time. Like let's say the 10 minutes in the exam. Hire only local resource who are aware of that. This is never the answer. You never hire the local resources. You always need to look into that. Maybe. I'm not sure. Perform retrospective, update the risk register regarding the necessary budget can be. Allocate and use part of contingency can be. Negotiate a contract with the local authority. Okay. A company was awarded a project in a dangerous location that posed high level risk for employees, help in need to train the employees on major safety hazard. The project is ongoing and use a hybrid approach, multiple site with several development iteration. How the project manager should have. This is eliminated. Retrospective, no. Why we do a retrospective? That will be very late. Okay. Allocate and use part of contingency reserves from the with the local authority. No. We need to train that. The question says that several high risk for employee. We need to train the employee. Whenever the question says train, you identify the training need. Guys, throughout the project, you identify the training need, you provide the training, you measure the outcome, and you keep doing that. Okay? You measure the outcome and you keep doing that. So C is the right option. Okay? C is the right option. We need to look into the that and we need to work at that. C is the right option. The project manager has learned that the sponsor is unhappy with the development of the project requirement. Hmm. Let's again use the elimination technique. Risk management plan, it has no risk in it. Templates, it has nothing to do with it. However, what will happen? Right? D is the right answer. Elimination technique, guys, 90% time elimination technique. What should the project manager have done to avoid this situation? The command control board rejects a change request submitted by a subject matter expert. The subject matter expert refuses to accept this rejection and does not want to continue without the change. What should the project manager have done to avoid? Ensure that the change request was aligned with the project scope. Okay. Overall impact, submitted a change that directly requires the sponsor to approve the change request. This is a good question. This is actually change control board. This is not comment control board. This is change control. Change request was aligned with the assess the change overall impact to the project submission. Hmm. Hmm. Because this change has nothing to do with that. This also does not even they denies it. Okay, they have rejected it. Assess the change overall impact before submission. I guess only B option makes sense. Anybody would like to comment on that? Anything else does not make sense there. And if anyone would like to talk to me regarding that, like without B, there is nothing else. Why not A? Ensure the change request was aligned with the project scope. Because the point is that if the project scope is aligned, why do you need a change request? The change request can be there to change the entire thing. Why I am thinking into that, because the purpose of the change request is to look at the overall impact, scope, schedule, cost, how it is done into that. So we want to look into that, how that thing can work into that, right? Yes, Umar.
Sir, which party can raise the change request?
Anyone can
I
raise
thought
change.
in my mind,
And
K,
anyone
9
can.
PM.
Anyone can raise change request.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Yes, Mohit.
Yes, sir. Answer is a B, but ensuring again it will go to the assessment. It's a complete process. How the PM will ensure. So
Yeah,
he
yeah.
need to go in that process
Yeah. The
from
thing is that
step 1 to end, and then he can conclude.
my point is there.
File.
My point is there, first of all, with the elimination technique. Secondly,
Yes.
my understanding, which I am saying that I'm not sure. That's why I was thinking and highlighting it. What can be the answer? Okay. So I was also thinking, because the better answer could have been he should have talked the subject matter expert, something like that. Then the straight answer would have been. So that's why I was reading it again and again. What could be the answer here? You see, C and D has nothing to do with that. That is
Nothing
for
to do.
sure.
Yes.
What, like when we talk about B, assessing the change's overall impact, this also include that if subject matter expert does not accept or he resigns it, how that will affect the project. That part is also covered in the overall impact. Whereas they were aligned with the project scope, that has only scope thing, we have nothing to do with there. No? Schedule, cost, things
Yes.
like that. That is my justification for that. Okay, Mohit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, Junaid.
Sir, in option B, the sequence is written opposite. Actually, first the CR is read and then we do the impact
Uh,
analysis.
Acha, this
So
is
how
Junaid.
comes the answer
This
B?
is this is a very interesting thing. It is not necessary. Sometime that is a general sequence we should follow. Sometime we do the assessment before even sending the change control board. Okay, and when they are talking about the assessment, what my understanding is, they are talking about this specially because the question is what should have done to avoid this particular situation. So that impact will also cover that subject matters opinion has been put into that why the hell he is even asking that change. He's not a small person, na? He's not a small person. He's not a team member. He's a subject matter expert. That's a big thing. He knows why he's doing that, right?
Yes, sir.
So why is how that will impact into that can be considered. So that's why I
Um,
think the B will be the answer. Okay, thank you.
got it. Thank you.
Let's go to the next option. What should the Scrum Master do? A verbal announcement is made that the new team member joining has limited mobility. The Scrum Master is aware that some are unsure how the dynamic will change. What should he do? Create a stakeholder plan. How that will help? Update the team charter. Can we? That will we will have. I guess C would be the right answer. Like set up a meeting. We need to look into that. How we can get into that. So C would be the right answer. Anything else is not solving the problem. Now you guys are also getting my tempo and spending some time with me. Guys, do you think we should do someday 180 question answers? Maybe start in the morning until go in the night. Maybe we can do it like this way, Saturday, Sunday. We can do. I'll ask later on, make a vote. Everyone is starting putting there later on. I need to make 180 questions also for that. We'll see. Ask the sponsor to add more people. This is not the answer. Ask the team to increase the velocity. Help the team to find a new way. This can be the answer. Add the competitor. Guys, without reading the question, probability is that D is the right answer. Let's read the question now. An agile team is running the fifth iteration. After the last iteration planning, the team was informed that there's a new competitor and it is necessary to move faster so that the market share is not missed. Add the competitor functionality that does not make sense. Ask the sponsor, nah. He will say, okay, you resign, I will hire someone else. Okay. Ask the team to increase. You can never ask the team to increase the velocity. So D is the right answer. So this is something you can look into that. Yes, Rupak, tell me.
So if you see the question, it is like I am the Scrum Master plus Project Manager. Now, if you choose the D answer, it is uh, I don't know what feature team is talking about. Is it a valid thing, new competitor thing?
Rupak,
So
whatever it is, helping them. We are guiding them, facilitating them to find the way how that can be done. The thing team will do, right? If you look at the elimination technique, there is no other option that we can look at. Scrum Master.
I just looked into option A because I am not able to decide.
No.
Let it go to the product backlog and the
Okay.
product owner decide.
Can we add the thing into product backlog? Can Scrum Master add something to product
No.
backlog? So
No.
that is eliminated, no? Right? That is automatically eliminated. The only way, whenever the problem is, we need to help the team, we need to guide the team, try to remove the impediments as a servant leader. That is the best thing. Make sense, Rupak?
Okay. Yep.
Thank you. Yes, Faryal.
Yes, Amir. So for answer D, when you are saying to find a new approach, we have to move faster in the question, right? Finding a new approach is not going to take more time.
There is no other way, no? There is no other option that can help you. Justify any other
So
option.
why not the velocity increase the
How
process
can
of
you can
making
increase the velocity? How you can increase the velocity? You can never ask the team. It's like asking them doing work overtime. The one of the principle of agile is that we have
I
smooth.
know we don't do overtime.
So you don't do that. Na? When you know that, why you are asking to increase the velocity? We can never ask that. Never.
Okay.
And we are servant leader. Thank you, Harun. Yeah. Velocities are determined by the team. Thank you, Abdullah. We cannot ask overtime. Beautiful. So D is the right answer. Let's go to the next question. AD, verify deliverable. A project manager is approaching at the end of the project and several tasks are now practically complete and ready for handover to the client. How should the project manager proceed? Close out project tasks that have been completed, Okay, update the quality. Ask the client to verify and accept the tasks that have been completed. Okay. Okay. D D is the best option here in this question. It should be validate actually. I guess the person who made the question, he made this mistake. It should be validate, not verify. Verify is done by the team, so it should be validate. Everything else is right. Yeah. So D should be the right answer because nothing else makes sense. D is the right answer. What should the project manager have done to avoid this perception? A project for the company was successfully delivered within the scope, schedule, and budget. By the end of last iteration during the project celebration ceremony, one of the stakeholders says they perceived the project as a failure as did not add any business value. It's a beautiful thing. You did that thing and now they are saying, yeah, it did not add value. Why are you happy? That can happen. What you should have done, implemented a survey for stakeholders can be confirm that there is a communication plan to make business stakeholder aware of the success, defend product priorities with the stakeholders. Uh, Defending is never work. Involving the stakeholder can work. Involving, confirm there's a communication plan that will not like it's not a bad answer. Implemented a closed survey. I'm gonna eliminate it. Survey is a passive. So we are left with that. There's a communication plan. Stakeholder aware of the success. We don't need to aware. Just get them involved, and they will be aware of that. Okay. For example, let me tell you a secret sauce why I had 1000 now 1028 PMP in last 3 years. 1028 PMP in last 3 years. Can anyone tell me what do I do? What is my secret sauce? For my students can they can tell now. Follow up, follow up. I keep them involved. I keep them involved. You see, let me tell you an interesting fact. In a normal training, out of 1,000 students or out of 100 students, 97 never give exam. I'm talking about never. Like at least in 1 year they never give exam. Only 3% give exam, and then they talk about their success record. What they do. In my programs, within 3 to 4 months, I'm just talking about 3 to 4 months. 97% of them give the exam, or sometime 100%. Why? I talk to them. Forcefully follow up. Whatever you want to say, I have to get this thing done, right? So follow up. That is why we have so many students. Okay, that is why we keep on walking. That is why I keep on doing that thing, right? So follow up is the key. Getting them involved, like kind of last night we had a PMP what did we do? Did we last night? Yeah, that's why my fee is high, for sure. It takes, like when I message personally to every single person, like the sofa is put in front of me. Yesterday for the mind map exercise, I messaged to every person individually. It took me 3.5 hours. Alhamdulillah, I have so many students. So that costs time. Time is money. For that's why it has to be expensive. 3.5 hours just to messaging them. Thank you, Gazan, for saying fee is not high. Yeah, it is not, but it is not. I don't give discount. That is the interesting thing. Okay, that is the interesting thing. Amar, my dedication comes from my obsession. I am obsessed about that. I can and I will make sure you become certified PMP. All of you. Yeah, yeah. Hafiz Ikram, you are a one-to-one student, so it may look a little bit high to you. Okay, let's go to the next option. Thank you, AF. Yes, connect with the individual. Another interesting thing, because I am interested, I remember every single student. Like Kalyan is the person who likes my most post on LinkedIn. I actually know that. And I know like one of my student right now, he messaged me, he only have satellite phone, he cannot join the class. So I know the status of every single student. One of my student, she's a female, her eldest daughter, is birthday today. She's not joining the class. One of my student is in hospital. So I remember that. No? That's the important. So Apnil, thank you for saying that on YouTube. Okay. The project is delayed due to the high amount of major changes requested by different stakeholders at different stages of the project. If the project continues on the same path, it will consume twice the time and budget planned. What two actions? Two answers. Can be no, B and C. Straightforward. A project sponsor commonly asks the project manager to skip the retrospective due to time. However, persist. This is critical ceremony by reducing the time. What are the two issues that these actions? Good question. a lack of direction and motivation, a focus on negative auto discussion. First thing, the purpose of the retrospective, if we do that, that can be problematic. Okay. Now, Shad, time management plan, that is nothing, yeah. Direction and motivation for the team in the workshop. Let's see. Focus on the negative and disinterest. This can be a good option. A lot of discussion, no. A lack of direction and motivation, that we don't have any information. The direction is not there. Actually, when you decrease that time, that has a problem there. Yes, C and E. Guys, anyone having my screen stuck problem? Say the Aslan is saying Aslan improve career internet. Okay, let's go next question. C and E was the right answer for last one. A company is using a predictive approach for the development of a particular component as defined in the scope management plan. Due to regulatory changes, regulatory requirements, the development team has requested to utilize the agile approach. What should the project manager do about the development team request? Analyze the requirement that will need to be addressed. Okay. Escalate, no. Forward, no. Ask the sponsor, no. Guys, I hope everyone has. Why see Justin? Why the PMO has to do what? A is the right answer, bhai. Justin, A. Mohit, why we need a sponsor approval, yaar? Go ahead.
Sir, here this is a regulatory, and due to the changing regulatory,
Later, yeah, later.
complete
Later,
cycle
later.
is changed.
Mohit, later. Going to the
But
sponsor.
sir, this is a mandatory. Regulation is compliance.
Okay.
And suddenly we have to change.
Okay. First analyze it, na. Then go to the sponsor, na. The option is there, na, analyzing it. What are
sir, again, even after analyzing, we have to follow whatever the analysis, what is the end result. We cannot go and continue with predictive.
That
so
is
anyways,
okay.
We have to follow.
That is okay. But always, first, whenever something comes, analyze it. Do the detailed request. Find the reason. What can we do? How it impact? Things like that. Then do other things. Then go to the sponsor. Okay. Today I was having a meeting with one of my. He's a senior project manager, and he was telling me, like, they said that as a project manager, my job is like a transformer. Explain. They said that something comes, okay, that is a 2000 voltage to me, okay, and I have to distribute it to the team, and my job is decrease the impact, do the impact analysis, look into the factors, and then make it at 200 voltage and communicate it accordingly. I have to do it. Justin, project manager job is to analyze it. Okay, I hope Mohit and Justin, this makes sense to you. This was an easy question, yeah. I expect better from both of you. At least once you make a question wrong, you can know that I am looking at the answers. By the way, if you look at the YouTube, I'm also live there. They can also see that I am looking at your answers because I open that is not shown to you. Na? What should the project manager do? A project manager is working on the software development project. A team member complains that since the project tasks are very simple, there is no reason to perform quality control. The project manager understands that removing the quality plan from the project will also help to save money, which is important. What should the project manager do? Ask the customer to order an external quality audit, get confirmation that the team member has enough experience without quality control, register starting the project as a risk and allocate the budget. He cannot do that. I can eliminate. As quality is an equally important to cost. And this is a very interesting question. Saeed Arslan, that is the first thing I put it there. Brother, we cannot put management reserves. That is a management thing. Only management can put management reserve. Okay? Please understand that. Only management can put management reserve. C is out of the way. Okay, what other answers I have? D. Justin, same goes for you, bhai. Brother. D. Ask the customer to order internal. I would not do that. Management in the team member has no experience. I would still go for the D option. That seems like a more relevant option. What should the project manager have done to avoid this issue? A new project manager is assigned to a project midway through its implementation. The first review meeting, the project manager noticed that the version of the risk register is different from the one project manager is using. The version is different. No? What should the project manager have done to avoid this? Validate the issue log, validate the project artifact, perform expert judgment, refer to communication management plan. The, the version is only the problem. No? I'm starting as new Himanshu, good to know. So B, we need to look at the documents. So B would be the right answer. 2 weeks after the approval of the project plan for a global project, the manager noticed that it was approved based on a different level of understanding by international stakeholder and is not what the project manager presented for approval. Same type of question, run separate kickoff for each culture and time zone, reviewed all the approvals immediately, understanding during the kickoff, send the minutes of meeting. So guys, if you look at the option here, the only C and D has something to it. So let's eliminate. Okay, let's look into that. Okay, C makes more sense to me. People who are putting D, guys, send the minutes of meeting. That's kind of a passive thing, Faisal Saab. Minhaj Saab, that's a passive thing. We need to understand their requirement, what they want, work into that, and deliver it accordingly. Okay, so kickoff meeting will be later on thing. C is the right answer. What should the project manager do to reduce negative impact to the project? The resource management plan different the world are in multiple zones. They use different language. Need to keep the team organized and avoid misunderstanding and communication. Hold a virtual meeting, modify the plan. Guys, now this is called customization. This is called tailoring. You need to customize according to that. B is the right answer. You need to customize it according to their requirement. In this question, B is the right answer. Okay, modify the plan. That is why that is what is called 4 hour of communication. We need to look into that now, work into that. For example, I have a one communication plan I communicate to all my students. Then, according to their level, for example, one of my student, yeah, it is right, but we need to customize it into that way. No? We need to work into that. First, we need to customization, then we can look into that. One of my student, his father lost his life few days back. Okay, I consoled with him, and then after it's been 10 days, I haven't messaged him. He will message me whenever he will. Then I will message. I need to understand that each culture have a different. Some culture like do for 3 days, 10 days, 15 days. Okay, thank you, Harun. 20 days, 40 days, whatever there is. Okay, I need to understand that the cultural difference, how we customize it, and that is the entire life about it. I keep on making mistakes. I still make mistakes. Guys, I do most follow up. I do aggressive things. As a result, I make most mistakes than all of you combined. It makes sense. If you are moving fast, you make most mistake, but you learn fast. That is customization. And that is how I make sure every single student become PM. Question is open. You can still we have 10 minutes. Let's have our break and season 10 minutes. How we customize the plan. It Raza Saab, with all due respect, that's what the PMI says. What you do in practical, I have been saying it to you multiple times that what you do in practical, that's good, but let's follow what PMI says. Okay. Himanshu, after the 60 question, we can have a discussion. I need 10 minute break myself.
Recording stopped.
G, everyone, please, let's get this thing going.
Recording in progress.
12:20, 2020. Okay. Question number 41. ये कल क्यों नहीं खाया था हमने? ये बहुत बढ़िया। और कितने पीस पड़े हैं इसके? हम्म? अच्छा जी। अच्छा जी। What should be the project manager do? A project manager is working with a Scrum team that is continuously missing the deadlines. Mhm. Okay, we have a mismatch of competences here. That is the key word here. Provide appropriate. This is training, not training. Sorry, guys. This is not training. This is training. Accept, emphasize. So A is the right answer. A is the right answer. Yeah. मैं म्यूट कर रहा हूँ. अच्छा, खत्म कर दोगे सारे? कल तक खत्म कर दोगे सारे? दो तीन दिन लग जाएंगे. क्यों? मुझे नहीं. मैं आधे घंटे में तकरीबन खत्म कर दूँगा. B. What was B? ये चेंज अप की है ना? पहले क्या था? चलो. Okay, so B. During the execution of a project within an operational function, project manager call for a team meeting Should we conduct an impact analysis? Always that this goes back to the thing that I was explaining to Mohit when he was saying that escalated. We need to always go for impact. Look into that. Okay, this will happen, but later on. Later on. First, we need to work into in the impact analysis how this will impact, and then work into that. Okay, Ji. What should the project manager do? The product owner decided to launch a product after a couple of releases, knowing that minimum viable products lack some key features. One of the key stakeholders, the marketing vice president, is not happy and question the release decision. Now, what should the project manager do? Escalate it? Maybe, but that is not a good option. Assume the responsibility, support the product owner decision, and seek better alignment with the stakeholder in order to avoid this type. Can be. Because that's what he should do. Coach the team on no. Only the C option makes sense here. Nothing else makes sense here. Only C option makes sense here. So C is your right answer. And I'm saying the majority of you are getting right answers here, guys. Okay. C B C C C B. Okay. Let's look into that. A project manager is assigned to lead a newly formed agile team. The functional manager has assigned tasks to the team members, but team members do not feel empowered. How can the project manager promote empowerment? And it is his job to make sure that they feel empowered, accountable, all those things. Encourage and assign the team member, perform demos of their product with the customer, not bad. Give them the autonomy, not bad. Encourage to keep them involved when choosing the way to resolve the given task. D is not the answer. I can eliminate the D. Encourage and assign the team perform demos of the product with software with the customer. Give them autonomy to make their own decision on how to perform and task. Okay. Guys, both B and C looks like a right answers. But the question is saying that like they are not feeling empowered. How we can look into that? If we encourage to keep the owner involved, that is not giving them empowerment, right? That is basically involved the that will be the answer when you want to make sure product owner understand that thing. So I guess I would go with the option number B. That makes more sense to me as compared to C. Okay, B makes more sense to me as compared to yeah, team is not accountable. Like that is then that's what I'm looking into that. So B makes more sense to me. Next option. So let's look at what the answers we are getting. B, 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 C, B, B, C. What should the project manager do first? A company PMO has started to implement iterative tools. A project manager is starting a new project and has identified an opportunity about this modified and it is fairly new. What should the project manager do? Now the problem is that he does not know how to do that. So looking for the trainings to work into that can work or coaching. Even without reading the option, I'm saying that. Escalation, no, no. Stakeholder awareness and trust in the new framework can be. Training on the new to eliminate the risk of low engagement from the stakeholder. So this is the thing is that the problem is with one person. Getting a one-to-one session, individual session to work into that can help a better way as compared to going for a external training. Okay, Minhaj sending the documentations. I'm coming to that. Documentations that is passive work, agile or things like that. Documentation is the least thing. Always face-to-face conversation is preferred, Hamad and Minhaj. So that is why B is not the right answer. Okay. B, B, C, B. During an iteration of a project, a planned activity becomes more complex. The work should be delivered in the shortest time. What approach should be used? The team facilitator gets support from external team member. Why? They work together. That is the best way. Specialist moves it to the backlog. B is the make. B does make more sense. Guys, first of all, I would like to congratulate all of you. We have been here, it's like 11:20 in Dubai, 12:20 in Pakistan, almost 1 in India, and all other places. What time is with you? Put in the chat box. And you are still here, more than 95 people here, and some people on YouTube, other 3:17, 5:20, 8:15, 2 a.m., 10 in Bahrain, 3:20 with Himanshu, like 3:19 with in Singapore. I really respect that, and I want you to become certified PMP in the minimum possible time, right? Let's keep moving forward. Let's keep doing this thing. Learn it, master it. I really respect what you are doing. I want something from you right now, immediately. I just put the post on LinkedIn. I want you to repost it. The reason is that my goal is to reach as many possible people as possible. And I love the platform of LinkedIn. Those people are more professional than any other platform. So I just put it, this is my link of YouTube. Before moving forward, if you can just take 1 minute, and I'm putting the link here, the description. If you can like and oh, if you can like and reshare it to everyone, that can be great. Let's take 1 minute to this post. This post, I just put it there while you are solving this question. 95 people. If 95 people can like, I'm sure we can reach some people. If you can take 1 minute and just do that, then we'll solve the next question. Please like it, maybe comment it and repost it. Please like it, comment it, and repost it. If you can, just then we'll go back to the question. If you are done, put in the chat box that you are done, that I can know, and we can start doing the things. Like it, done. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Sayed. I can see that. Like it, do share it. That's a good thing. Like it, comment it, and share it. Thank you, Sayed. I really appreciate. Thank you, Tala. Tala, do like it and share it. Done. Done. It's okay, Amanchu. You can do along the way. Please, everyone. This is important. I want to reach as many people as possible. And with you guys being you in the session, this make an impact. That really, I'm not just saying people. Hasnan, I just shared this post link. Okay, this post link. Okay, so on my LinkedIn, I want you to like it, comment it, and share it. That's what I want, so that we can reach more people. Thank you everyone. And if you can do along the way other people, that we can go back to our, yeah. Thank you everyone. I really appreciate that we are working into that way, because my goal is to reach as many people as possible, and that goal can only be achieved with the help of you. Okay, so I hope we can keep moving forward. And of course, if you haven't, this is the link. Okay, okay, I understand now. Thank you, thank you, thank you everyone. Please share the link in the group. Rashid, this is the link. You can look into that, or somebody can share the link in the group also. Okay, I will do that. I cannot open actually. I have shared that thing. I cannot share that. Okay, so let's. Thank you very much, guys. I hope everyone has done that. So let's get back to the business and let's do the question answers. If you haven't done, please do it. Okay. So B is the right answer. The cross-functional team should do it. Okay. Let's do the next question. I really appreciate that. I am seeing people are liking it and sharing it. Thank you very much. If you haven't done, please do that. Okay. A. They will be forced to prematurely close the project. What should the project manager do? During the design phase, the SPI is 1.8, good. The CPI is so bad. So we are so ahead, but we are lagging the money. Of course, they have to close the project, manage the project sponsor to revise the resource management. No. Monitor the sponsor, use resource leveling. No. Resource leveling will increase that. Stop crashing. Your SPI is so ahead, which means you are spending money, you are burning the cash. Stop doing that. D is the right option. Crashing cost money. So stop that thing. D is the right option. Onkar, Umair, Farheen, that is later on. We talk to later on that about that thing. But first, stop the crashing. A project manager has been assigned to lead a project to deploy a new system. The stakeholder disagrees on the project objective and approach. What should the project manager do? Conduct a meeting with all stakeholders, create RESI metrics, okay, break down the situation, identifies, then work. See, it looks such a beautiful option that you don't want to read anything else, right? It actually gives you the entire thing what you should do with any problem. Break down the situation, identify the root cause, work with them, and assign that. C is the straightforward right answer. Okay, some members of the project teams are frustrated. Appears to an attempt to engage, send an email, mentor the new members, tell the rest to continue discussion, schedule a meeting. So guys, I guess this makes sense to everybody that B is the right answer. Training, coaching, mentoring. We will get a lot of question about this in the exam. Okay, what should the project manager do? Even but just reading the last line, ensure they have a common understanding, teach one agile methodology fully and complete that can never be, is aware of agile techniques, skip the training, D is not the answer. All resources have experience in different agile methodology. So we need to build, like, this is a very interesting question, guys. The question says that like, let's say somebody worked in Scrum, somebody worked in Kanban, somebody worked in there, somebody worked in there. The first thing we need to show that they have the common base on which we can build on. And that common base is, what is that common base? All that, there are 50 plus agile practices, but there is something that is the foundation of all the base. No, Mahmood, no. Values. Four values of agile, 12 principles of agile. Put those values in the chat box. Put those values in the chat box. What are the four values of agile? Put those values in the chat box so that you remember them. All four values. So A is the right answer here. During a documentation audit, it was identified that last version was from 1 month ago, even though the project manager have handled the documentation. So what we could have done better? Update the plan and had it securely shared with all stakeholder. Not bad. Keep documentation. Okay, this is a very good option. Review the risk register. No. Actually, that is the purpose of project management information system, that we can share the information along the. For example, I have a WhatsApp group that is my project management information system. Like all my PMP students, I send them like, okay, the question answer, things like that. So that's a PMI system. On my guys, if you are not connected to me on LinkedIn, do connect me. I almost daily share something on that, more than daily, actually 7 8 times, but at least one question I share daily on LinkedIn. That is my PMI system that can help you. On YouTube, I make up short videos, long things like that that can help you. So that is my PMI system. So we need to communicate through PMI system. What should the project manager do? A high performing team members has been consistent performance has been consistently increasing over the past, leaving other peers behind. The project manager to publicly recognize the team member for the fear of discouraging other project manager. The team member may leave if rewarded for contribution made. Promote the high performance team member to higher position. Remind to focus on share reward than individual. Privately to avoid team destruction. Now this is a very good question. That's a very good question. Let me ask you, what will you do? What will you do? What will you do in that scenario? Now this is like something that can happen to you. Now the question says you are a high performer, you are a high performer, others are not. What would you do? Let's look at the pros and cons of each option. All options are right here. Promote the higher, this will demotivate other. Remind the on share reward. Why would he do that? Okay, reward the high performing. Now that is okay, not bad, but this is something which is very valuable. Ask him to mentor others. Guys, when you ask someone to mentor others, you are actually recognizing that he's an expert. You're actually recognizing that he's higher than others. So that intangible thing has worked for many organizations. For many organizations, and that can do that. Okay. Jirupak.
It's a very tricky one. I don't know. Like, I feel like, suppose, just take it this way. Suppose I am high performing, and without giving me a recognition or a higher position, you are asking me to mentor the team members, not getting any benefit of monetary benefit.
I totally understand that. I totally understand that. Let me put it
Yes.
let me put it in this way. When I will ask you to mentor other, and you will mentor other people, they will accept you as a subject matter expert or a higher authority. Step one, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Then after some time, since you are mentoring them, I give some monetary benefit or promotion to you later on. Will the team accept that also? Okay, he has been mentoring us, he's above us, he deserves that. Right?
Yeah, but if you see the first two lines, it is just an assumption. Like, if I give something good to him, the other team members may feel bad, right? Or
No, this is actually what has happened in the many organizations. Many
hmm,
organizations like many high performers leave the organization because of this reason, that they like Pareto rules apply here, that 20 people, 20% of the people works 80% of them. Okay, so when even further Pareto, 1 or 2% are actually doing 99% of the work. If you don't recognize you, then that becomes the problem. So in this way, when you mentor them, it can help them, and then you can look into that way. That can work
Okay.
with them. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
When you mentor after that, all will be on same level. No Hafiz. I strongly disagree. Let me tell you one thing, and that's a very interesting thing. I'm a big believer of Gary Vaynerchuk. Gary Vaynerchuk is a social marketing guru who says that give everything to the world, whatever your best material, and the world will come back. I can actually show you an interesting thing. I listen to him so much. He's here. That much I listen to him. Just put in the context here. Okay. My entire marketing strategy is based on him. What he says, I do that. Okay. I am the only trainer who actually put his best material for free. I have 2000 plus videos. And actually, if you want to prepare yourself, you can get it. Yeah, this PMP marathon, I make it public. There are trainers, very good trainers, who do such thing after looking, I am doing that. They charge like $99, something like that. I'm doing it for free. Why? Karma, things like that. When you give your best, the world reward you. The word is abundant. When we think that, okay, if I mentor somebody else, he will get, oh, wow. No, 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 no. When you mentor someone, you always learn. You always, these questions I did not make. These questions are made by my certified PMPs. I'm not paying them even a single penny for that. Yes, life without regret. I'll put it there, Rupak. I'll give it to you there. Okay, this is an important thing to understand that the word is big, the word is abundant. It's not like if some like I actually says to my student, become PMP trainer. Why? If you can become, it's a good thing. And I actually know 5 to 6 of my certified PMP are training. One is in Bahrain, one is in Pakistan, two are in India, one is in US, one in South. I'm very happy with that because the word is bigger. The word is bigger. So we need to understand that thing, that we need to look at that. No, no, they can make mistakes, sir. Of course, every human being make mistakes. I'm just telling my way. Every human, being a human mean we will make mistakes. Naraza sir. Of course, certified PMP does make mistake. No certification can guide that you will not make mistake. As long as we live, we will make mistakes. Okay, let's go and let's solve the next question. Next question. Rupak, you can lower your hand, please. Okay. So a project manager just started managing agile projects. The project manager realized that due to the lack of the clear definition of the project objectives are done. Their college projects have had many difficult sponsors. Keep asking for more features. The projects have yet to be completed. What should the project manager do to avoid this thing? Schedule, agile charter, and set clear expectations. Convince, approach that, convince the sponsor is incorporate. Okay, I can communicate in this. That is not a good option. Okay, let's see what you guys have. A, B. A is a better answer than B. Both answers are good. A and B both are good. But every necessary task is a problem. Okay, so this market, looking into that, setting expectations, and building onto that is a better option. Ji, next question. In the beginning of project execution, the project manager find out the key resource will be unavailable for 2 weeks, which could cause a delay to the schedule. What should the project manager do first? Update resource management plan, assign that task to another, update the schedule, ask. So we need to update the plans, then we need to look into that what we can do. So A will be the right answer here. What should the project manager report, evaluate, and initiate? Ask the product designer. No, no. I can go with the B option by reading the question. So this is kind of an interesting thing. When you read to the last time, B can be the right answer. But let's go. While viewing prototype, the quality team focus some deviation that do not affect the main functionality, but have the potential to be an issue in the future to avoid major problems. The team recommend corrective actions that will require additional funds. Okay, now we need additional funds to stay in budget. We have also used much that we do that. We need to look into that. B is the right answer. A company starts implementing Scrum about halfway through the first sprint. Communication issues develop. Some project team members are not in synchronous with other team members. What is the cause of this communication gap? Maybe communication plan has nothing to do with that. So they are not in synchronous. The purpose is daily stand up. The purpose of the stand up is to basically synchronize Aslan. You see, the purpose is to have synchronization. Communication plan. The question says that Scrum, okay, sprint. It's not hybrid. It's an agile question. A project manager is implementing a new software system. Some department staff members are questioning the necessity of the change and feel that the new system will impede their current processes. What should the project manager have done at the start to prevent this? Involve stakeholders. Good. Encourage change. This is a difficult thing. Involving them can help that. Okay. Encourage leadership. Hmm. What's your answer? Encourage, D is not the answer. I would go for A. Getting them involved helps actually getting their, like, they understand that this happens when the stakeholder current engagement level is resistant. You involve them and actually you get them involved. Okay. The reason, Manchu, I'm telling now, we want to get them involved, that's why. How should the project manager address this situation? Early in the execution phase, a project manager discovered that the recent changes in enterprise will severely reduce the implementation cost and shorten the project schedule. Okay, reduce the implementation cost, not increase that. How the remaining budget will be spent? Okay, no. Hmm. That will be a good option. So looking, keep the extra budget as management reserve. Ahmad, once again, Umair, Ahmad, Ghazi, Hasnan, Zishan, and Ankush, everyone, Umair, management reserve is with the management. We don't add or subtract that. Okay, so that is eliminated. Extra time, no. Meet with that how the remaining budget will be spent. We need to look at the escalation policy. That's an opportunity. You have a positive risk. Escalate it. It's above your pay grade. Talk to them and look at the communication plan. Escalation is not just for negative thing, also for the positive thing. Na? D was the right answer. Okay. A project for new product launch is in very initial stage and the requirements are involving due to stiff competition in the market. The customer would like to launch the product keeping the scope flexible. Project team intend to start the work based on the forecast of a similar project delivered last year. With stage gate, Scrum project, this is a good one. Guys, the customer wants to be scope to be flexible. Okay, so option this option does not give us. Stage gate is predictive thing. This is predictive, this is predictive. So we are left with B and C. So I would go with the B option. Last question for today. A project manager at a company is considering high performance junior member to the new project manager. What should the project manager do to produce a recommendation? Compile key highlighting picture the members of the meeting, ask to write a short biography, calculate the health, gather artifact that demonstrate that. So B and C does not work into that. I would go with the D option. Guys, first of all, I would like to congratulate you guys. 84 people, 84 people still in the class. Really, claps to everyone. For last 4 hours, everyone. Like this is highest of what we have done. So many. I have done like this is the fourth or fifth PMP marathon, and all of people like remaining. I have 25, 30 people. So I'm really amazed that you are still here. So, guys, let's talk about for those people who are not enrolled into my program. The question is, why haven't you enrolled? Don't you want to become PMP in 4 to 5 weeks? If you want to, you can join the group program or the one-to-one program. Start group program enrollment is started, one-to-one is started. Talk to me, and I'll make sure that you become PMP in 4 to 6 weeks. I have coaching call every week on my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to it, go and subscribe it, guys, so that you can get the notification every Wednesday. I will have a coaching call there, 8 p.m. UA time. And guys, about that LinkedIn post, if you haven't liked, do like it, comment it, and repost it so that it can go into the algorithm and we can start getting it. If anyone has any question they would like to ask, please, you can ask. Thank you very much. You see, the scores are getting better. So don't worry about the start. The PMP is a marathon, not a sprint. I said marathon for a reason. Don't worry about the first 10 question, 15. It takes time. Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, 1 hour session. Minaj, I will put in the group how much should we have a passing score. In the exam, 70% is a good score to pass. Tell me, Mohit.
Sir, as per the today's marathon, the question level, the difficulty level, how you would like to rate this marathon and the final means the D-Day questions,
It will be, you can
where
say
it lies,
80 to 90%. Same.
80 to 90.
These questions are made by certified PMPs here. And one of them actually got certified PMP that day when I said make the question send me. In mock,
Thank you.
60% is a decent start to begin with. Yes. Do we have a drag and drop? Two questions, drag and drop comes there. I do that in my coaching calls. Uh, Contact Amer by reminder to share the list of project documents. Yeah, that I will do, yeah, later on. How to get enrolled? Zishan, I'm sending you my WhatsApp number. This is my WhatsApp number. Message me there, please. Okay. Who else? Kavish replying to how we should plan for follow up on our preparation after that. Justin, I'm not leaving you. Who told you I'm leaving you? till I told you on day one, till you become certified PMP, I'm not leaving you. I say what I mean it. So till I'll tell you complete fundamental. Let me put it again for batch 5. Fundamental topic, mind map, question answer, root cause, stakeholder, communication, team, agile, risk, quality, procurement, and so on. Okay. What is your mentor or one-to-one person you follow as a teacher? Well, let's have a conversation. This is my number. Message me and we can have a conversation after this or tomorrow. Not a problem. How many seconds for each question? Yes, sir. For now, focus on getting the right questions. You have 230 minutes. That is 3 or 50 minutes ample time. Will we get this question? No. As you are in the class, why do you need these questions? How to get enrolled? Shana replied you. Okay. Anyone else? How much we should do we have on Monday? How to get enrolled? I did reply. Zishan. G. Neha, it's like Apple. I buy Apple products because things are expensive. So I am the Apple of PMP training. Which one was the best elimination? The last option is the best elimination. Okay, guys, thank you very much for your time. This and interestingly, all my coaching calls marathon ended in 3 hours, 3.5 hours. This is the only one that actually went to 4 hours. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum, namaste, sat sri akal. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Bye bye.
Recording stopped.
Thank you. Thank you, LinkedIn. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, everyone. If you want to join, here is the number for you. You can contact me there on. Bye bye. Adnan. And here we have my 1000 PM